Welcome everyone to Our Unity, a show that wishes to spread a spirit of peace and love in the world, one conversation at a time.
None of that affects how you are going to change the world.
That's right.
No, it does not take one person to change the world, but it takes one person to believe in themselves.
Yes.
That they can make a difference.
I love
to
that.
Inspire others.
And that's why, for me, I try to make it my purpose now to try to help other people realize their self-worth.
Yeah.
Because it's so sad that so many of us, we get destroyed based off of what other people have to say.
Yeah.
I would say do it in your own way. Make sure you're doing it on your own accord and take a risk.
Go out there and live your life passionately. Believe in everything that you're doing and believe in the fact that you will accomplish every single goal. Welcome everyone to Our Unity, a show that wishes to spread a spirit of peace and love in the world, one conversation at a time. We want to encourage you to get rooted in wellness. Yes, you know, we have a crazy life, we have hectic schedules, and we have demanding family and friends. But we cannot continue to give and give and give of ourselves without taking some time to sort of uplift ourselves, prioritize our health, and make sure that we are feeling good on the inside and out. There's so much going on in our lives, and we want to handle every single thing, every single moment, make sure that we're not letting anyone down, but we have to also restore ourselves, replenish ourselves. We have to renew ourselves every single day. Take that time to pour into yourself the way that you pour into others. Make sure that you're spending some time to gather some peace within your life. It's time to be well from the inside and out. For us to be spiritually grounded, for us to be healthy, for us to be taking care of ourselves in every which way possible. No longer are there days that we're just completing the task without making sure that we're rejuvenating our spirits and our minds and our souls. It is so important that in this day and time that we are concentrating on our well-being in the way we move, in the way we think, and the way we act. So I encourage you all out there to please make sure that you are rooting yourself in wellness. I am your host, LeShawn Walker. I'd like to welcome you in. Please like, share, and follow. Let everyone know that we are on right now. Please tag a friend. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I want to do a little soul care check-in and make sure you're actually really doing okay. How are you guys? It's so much going on in the world right now. If it's not the weather with the rains and the floods and the fires, it's the tragedies that are happening all over the world. And I know some of this has to be affecting you guys out there. So I just want to pray for you. I want to pray with you. I want you to stay strong in this moment. Everything is just so uncertain. I'm not worried. I'm just concerned. And I just want to make sure that you are just taking care of yourself spiritually as well. There's so much that we do not have control of, unfortunately, and we're still trying to get through and battle through and make sure that we are, being there for those that we love, even though we got so much turmoil going on the inside of us. So I really, truly want to know how you guys are doing. I would be remiss in not asking you how you've been, handling the things that is going on in all the parts of the world. And if it's not affecting you personally, I know that you're still concerned about it like I am. So if that is the case, I hope that you're praying for those out there that are going through something. And I hope that you are also receiving prayers for people that see that you are challenged with something. I deal with so much also, and, so many people that I know and that I love. And I try to be that positive ray of sunshine in everyone's life all the time. But sometimes the things that are happening in this world, it does bother me a little bit, I must admit. And I have to take those times to not only pray, but I also have to lift myself up in finding that peace within myself. So I'm doing just that on a regular basis now because there is so much going on. And I'm trying my best to make sure that, although I'm showing up as this ray of sunshine, I also am just trying to show that spirit of positivity through me, that I embody that in everything that I do. I don't want it to be a fake smile and everything is going to be okay. Like, I truly, honestly believe all of those things. And I'm hoping that you guys are just staying positive as well during, the things that are going on in the world, the tribulations that so many people are faced with, and maybe you are even faced with. If you need an ear or someone to just share what's going on, you find that person that you can trust. You can even contact me. You can inbox me on Instagram or Facebook. I am that person that loves to listen. I also like to give a little bit of advice, I ain't gonna lie, but I do love to listen. And I love to uplift people and encourage you and let you realize that whatever you're going through, whatever you're faced with, you will definitely be able to get through it. We have to lean on God a lot of the times, and I have been doing that a lot lately as well. I'm showing up for my family and my friends, but I'm also filling myself which I think is so much more important, because I couldn't give to anyone else if I wasn't making sure that I myself was whole. So I encourage you guys out there to do the same, to fill yourself with that peace. Make sure that you're taking care of your health. Make sure that you're clearing your mind of any garbage and chaos that might be going on. And more importantly, you love on yourself deeply. Being rooted in wellness means so much. It's not just about the scale and how much you weigh. It's about the things that you put into your body, the things that you even think about, the focus on and ruminate over, the things of the past, and the things that's happening around you. If you have to deal with them, but do it in a healthy manner. Make sure that you're not inundated with nonsense, and make sure that you're doing everything in your power to make sure that you're showing up every day with a new perspective, a newfound attitude, and a new way of conquering the day, even in the turmoil and the tribulations and the trials, because we're all going to face that. I've noticed that recently. I mentioned a minute ago that we can't control everything, and although we wish we could, we really, really don't. God is in control of everything, and all we can do is navigate around it, ask for his peace in those moments of despair, and just try our best to just hold on and keep believing that this too shall pass. And as I've been watching this horrible storms and, the rain occurrences, the tornadoes, the floodings, the fires, the planes dropping out of the air, and just the sadness that's happening to people's lives, I try to stay rooted and grounded in the Word, and also try to remain peaceful inside so that I can actually show that to the people that I am around on a daily basis. We're all going to have to contend with something. Life is, it can be difficult sometimes. But if we have a good attitude about it, if we walk in the spirit of knowing that this is just temporary, and if we just believe with all of our heart and our minds and our souls that we can get through it, there is nothing in this world that we cannot handle. So that was basically going to be the message personally to you from me today. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, I just want to share with you guys what I see is going on. And I can't keep showing up every week, letting you guys think that everything is hunky-dory in the world of LeShawn. Because again, I am human just like you, and things happen, and I have to be prepared to be able to get through it in a way that's going to be healthy for me. I'm not going to let the weight of the world drown me or drain me of my joy. And I don't want you guys to do that either. There's so much that we have to look forward to. And that's what we should be doing. So today is about being rooted in wellness. And I shared on my Instagram, sometimes I have a problem doing that. I ain't gonna lie, I only feel the need to start worrying about my health when I start feeling a certain way, especially when, my clothes are getting a little tight, I'm feeling a little out of breath, and just things are not flowing as naturally as they could. Now, being rooted in wellness is not just about weight. It isn't. It's about our mind and it's about our spirit. And I have been, focusing more lately on my spirituality and making sure that I am connected to the God above, and also ensuring that I don't allow what's going on around me to affect my feelings and my mood on a daily basis, because trust me, it honestly could. Like, again, we are all human, so we deal with things, we go through things, and sometimes, the person that is not necessarily who we are will show up in place of who we actually are. And I try to avoid that at all costs. So what I've been doing on my spiritual wellness journey is making sure that I stay prayed up, making sure that I stay positive, and making sure that I find a sense of peace within my world on a daily basis. I literally wake up in the morning and I ask for opportunities for me to serve others. A possibility in my life where I can be a blessing to someone else that day. Me making someone smile or being kind to someone, which actually comes quite naturally for me. But sometimes when you're going through it, you have a hard time actually showing your better side to the world. So that's what I've been praying for every single morning when I wake up. I want to be a blessing to someone else. I am a happy-go-lucky person on a daily basis, yes. But there are moments when I kind of wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I want to have a little attitude. I don't want to smile. I don't want to say good morning. But the fact is if I'm blessed with that opportunity to wake up in that morning and feel the sun on me and the air and the breath that I'm taking, then I should be able to want to desire more from that day. And that's what I've been doing on my spiritual wellness journey. And it's actually been helping me, especially when I'm watching the news or I'm listening to people that share with me the traumas that they're experiencing in their lives. Sometimes it's hard for you to have a positive attitude when so much around you is so negative, but I think that is even more important. It is more important that we show up in that darkness with that beautiful ray of light that we all have within ourselves. Just dig deep if you have to. I know it can be hard sometimes, but I think we all have it in us. And we must be able on a daily basis to find that light and shine it on someone else as well as ourselves. Allow it to illuminate and radiate so that we can uplift others and also put a little pep in our step for ourselves. So on my spiritual wellness journey, that is what I've been doing. And in terms of, my physical health, I'm watching a little bit more about how I'm eating, what I'm eating, getting some exercise in, making sure that I'm taking the time to care for the inside. Because the outside, I feel, it's kind of simple. You slap some makeup on, you do your hair, you put on a nice outfit, and you can actually make yourself feel good on the outside. But what is really going on the inside of you? And so many of my friends that I've lost at a young age because we didn't take care of our physical health at the time that we should have. We should have been more concerned about what we were putting in our body, listening to our body when we wasn't feeling well. If something wasn't right, you go to the doctor and you find out what's happening. Some people in my family, as well as a lot of my friends, we have predisposed illnesses that were in the family, high blood pressure and diabetes, and we're thinking just because we're young and just because we're out here having fun and we look good on the outside, that everything on the inside was fine. But that is not the case all the time. So it is important that we go, we get our regular checkups, we make sure that the doctor is someone that we can speak with and share how we're feeling and the things that we're going through, about our family history of illnesses and ailments that sort of can help us navigate a better path for our lives so that we're not stricken with those illnesses. Because I think I would still have a lot of my friends and family members here if they would have adhered to that. if they would have taken a little guidance from the elder people in their lives, letting them know that, yes, you know, this is a possibility. You might be stricken with this illness as well, but I advise you to do these things. I didn't do those things, and so therefore that's why at 40, 50, 60 years old, I'm now contending with these illnesses. But if we worry about our health at 15, 20, 25, and 30 years old, I can assure you that it is a possibility that we can live long, long lives. I go to the doctor every single year, and I am actually a hypochondriac. So if the number is even slightly different than it was the year before, I'm already questioning, what is it that I could do better? What does this number mean? And how could this harm me in the future if I don't do something about it now? And so that's why I advise you guys to find medical practitioners, doctors, specialists, anyone that you deal with. I need you to have a relationship with them, trust in them. Not all doctors are bad and crazy and quacks, but once you get a relationship with them and once you find a connection to them, I'm sure they will be happy to share with you those things that concern you. Because that's what I found. I have an amazing doctor, and I want to share her with you, but I don't want to be inundated because then she won't be able to take me. But inbox me later, maybe I'll tell you who she is. But I have an amazing doctor, and her bedside manner is awesome. And every time I have an appointment with her, she knows I'm a hypochondriac. She calls me before I call her to tell me what those numbers mean, what I can do to make them better, and how it's going to affect me in the future if I don't handle it now. And I think that that's what we all need to learn. Just because we look good doesn't necessarily mean that we are good. Wellness is a whole dynamic. And it's not just about the outer being, it's about the inner being. And that's also in regard to our spirituality. If we're not making sure that we're connected or staying connected with a higher power, our God, then that is going to affect us as well. We're not going to have anyone to lean on when times get hard. We're not going to have anything to believe in when things are going crazy. So it is in those moments that we need to lean on something bigger than ourselves. And that is exactly what I've been doing as well. So the conversation today, as I mentioned, is about being rooted in wellness. Please share with me, what are the things that you're doing to make sure that you're staying grounded and rooted? I mean, putting 10 toes down into making sure that you are healthy, putting 10 toes down to make sure that you feel good every single day. There's things that we can do, and my guest who will be here soon will be able to share with us the many things that we can do to ensure that we're staying healthy in every way possible. But, you know, from a personal experience, I know that it is that connection to something bigger than us. I know that it is actually getting up out of the bed and even from behind the desk, because I know a lot of us work. Some of us work from home. We're sitting at a computer all day. We're not getting up, getting any exercises. And on top of that, we allow the stuff that's going on around us to affect our attitude and our mood. And that, my friends, is not healthy. Sometimes we can journal, put those things on a piece of paper, kind of wrap it up, and then throw it out the window. I like to do that. Share what I'm going through, get the anger out, get the disappointment out, get the concerns out, and then pray on it and then move on. I think that is important, that we all adopt some type of system that we can use that will help us through those trying times that we're all going to go through. So I would like to know what you are doing to make sure that you're staying rooted in wellness at this time. I mean, you know, health is so important. I have family members that, unfortunately, they're just dealing with such pain every single morning. And this morning I was tasked with the fact that regardless of that pain, we have to be grateful that we're feeling. So I want you guys out there to also know that. Even if you're going through something, even if you're in that pain every morning, even if you're going through, you know, a struggle medically, I think that it is important that we're just grateful for the fact that we're still here. There's so many of us that unfortunately, you know, with the pain, they're angry. With the pain, they're miserable. With the pain, they're just dealing with such inner turmoil that they're not able to bring out the joy and the happiness that they have inside. This is the time that we need to be focusing on that even more, because of the fact that we're pressed with such things that are beyond our control. We have to hold on to something bigger and greater in order for us to achieve a healthier mind and spirit. So we're going to talk about that today, and the title of the show will be and is Rooted in Wellness. And we're going to be discussing that with a beautiful young lady who I met a few months ago, who is just so into being healthy, so into being spiritually grounded, and honestly wants to share with the world how they can make sure that they are living a healthy life from the inside and out. So the title of the show is Rooted in Wellness. And we will be speaking with the beautiful Natalie Duffus. She is a dedicated registered nurse with over a decade of hands-on experience in the ER, ICU, and medical surgical units. Currently pursuing her nurse practitioner degree, Natalie's journey in healthcare is rooted in a passion for helping people live healthier, more empowered lives. She is the visionary behind Indulgence by Natalie, a premier wellness spa located in Garden City, New York. The spa offers a range of services designed to support overall health and wellness, elevating the standard of medical aesthetics and redefining the art of self-care. From body contouring to health consultations, every service is infused with purpose and care, because true beauty begins with well-being. Natalie is on a mission to show the world the importance of prioritizing your health, not just when something goes wrong, but as a daily act of self-love and self-preservation. Through her medically managed programs and holistic approach, she's helping individuals reconnect with their bodies, restore their confidence, and reclaim their wellness. Whether in treatment rooms, at community events, or through her wellness initiatives, Natalie is a powerful advocate for living well, mind, body, and spirit. So please help me welcome the beautiful Natalie. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
No problem. It is so great to have you here. I know it was a chore getting here. I was trying to entertain the troops while you were coming on, but I hope you people got an understanding of what I wanted to convey, because she really was going to talk about this. So you're going to talk to me, but the camera is there. So when you're talking and you want to let the viewers know what you're saying, you're going to, we didn't have a time to have a little, educational what this show is all about, but talk to you, get to know about what you're doing, and then just share with the audience everything that you want them to learn about getting rooted in wellness. I know that's your passion.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I have been a nurse for over 10 plus years, working in the ER, ICU, med surg. Okay. I don't claim to know it all, but I've been around the block. And I was impressed to become more than just a bedside nurse, but to actually speak to my patients at a different level.
Right.
I've noticed while working at bedside, a lot of patients, the difference in recovery was based on what they were doing at home before. I've had patients, same surgery, maybe a year or two apart, but one would be up and about in 2-3 days.
Wow.
Versus the same surgery would take them 2-3 months to recover. And when you speak to these individuals that are on the ball, recovering back to normal, it's the same that would just ring through. They were more active at home. Walking, I had this 74-year-old, he's like, Natalie, I walk 5 miles every day. He has his routine. He's up at a certain time, he walks, then he goes to his coffee shop, read his newspaper.
Oh my God.
So I it was just something that I had to be in that realm, stepping aside from bedside to give back in another way.
I love that. I love
Not
that.
to help everyone see that it is possible.
Yep.
It is possible. We know about the blue zones. We know
Yes.
about the green. How can we take on the responsibility of prioritizing us?
I love that.
And not being caught up in, oh, I'm too busy. If you're not fueling the body that you're using to make the money, to make others happy, how can you pour from an empty cup?
Yep. Yep.
So it is just necessary. When I started this, I mean, business is new for me,
Yes.
of course.
Right,
Coming
right.
from a science background. But just learning and pouring into my business every day, falling in love with my business more with, our community initiatives, working with different nonprofits.
Nice.
I work with One Bent Not Broken. It's a domestic violence shelter.
Okay.
And just giving back to the community while getting to that one-on-one with my clients.
I love that. Well, you said, which I think is so important, is that you're in these highly stressful situations in the ER, in the ICU, and watching these patients come in and some not recovering as quickly as others, and you're asking these questions. Well, how is that possible that the same surgery, the person is not recuperating the same as the other person, and something clicked, that you saw that, let me ask these questions, let me see why this is happening more so for one than the other, and it's because of how they take care of themselves. And I think that is monumental in the viewers as well as myself, to see that regardless of what the surgery is, a doctor said, they come in and you should be on your feet in 3 days, you should be feeling better in 5, and you should be back to normal in a week. And when you're not going according to that guideline, then it's something within your life that you're not doing to ensure that that happens. So how was it in that moment? Because I know, again, being in the ICU and ER, it's about critical care, it's about taking care of the patient immediately. Now you're outside. How did you decide to come up with this indulgence by Natalie that I have to now help people from the inside out take care of themselves and make sure that they are rooted in their wellness?
Well, it was triggered by that aspect, and also I realized that a lot of patients, they're not educated on their medical diagnosis and their medications. There would be some that they have a list of medications. Okay, why are you taking this?
Right.
Which doctor recommended this? Because then you would see when you're going through the list, there's a clash
Overlap,
going
right.
on with some medications.
Right.
And the doctor just told me to take it. Yeah, but
Why?
You need to take responsibility for yourself.
Yes.
It's your body.
Yes.
Just because a doctor said, take this. Doc, why am I taking this?
Yeah.
How is this going to affect me?
Yeah.
We jokingly call it the white coat syndrome in the hospital, because the doctor would speak with them 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Right.
And they leave. Then I come in, so nurse, I'm like, the doctor was just here.
Oh my, why did you ask him?
It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's your body.
Yes.
You have to be okay with advocating for yourself.
Yes.
Speaking to the doctor is just a man.
Yes.
That's just knowledgeable.
Or a woman. Exactly.
But
Yep.
it's still your body. So you have to take ownership of it. Now you're putting me in an awkward position.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, no, you don't need to take that. Yes, you should throw that away. No, you shouldn't listen to him, and you need a second opinion. Yes, I know exactly
now
what you're
I'm
saying.
like, come and talk to the doctor.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that is so funny that you say that, because when I am stricken with something, I was just sharing before you came, I'm a hypochondriac. So as soon as something is off and not feeling right, I will go to the doctor and I will embellish that feeling just so they could take every single test that they could possibly take. And then I have noticed, okay, well, you need to go on this medication for 3 months. You're going to be on this medication for the rest of your life. I will tell you, I have a stack of prescriptions of things that I was prescribed that I have yet to take, because what I did was get the education first. Why do I need this? What is this supposed to help? What is it supposed to keep at bay? And what can I do myself to ensure that I'm not on this for the rest of my life, for the next 3 months, or whatever the case may be? And I will tell you, a stack, and I've kept every last one of them, every last one of them, stack of prescriptions, because, and I mentioned this before you came as well, I advocate for my health. I make sure that I ask those questions. It's so sad that we don't do that. Why do you think that is? Why do you think we're afraid to literally speak honestly with the doctor? Is it that they think they're not going to be heard? What is your perspective?
I believe it's a combination of, education. Unfortunately, people tend to put certain professions in this, high self-esteem, and at the end of the day, it's me, it's my body.
Yeah.
I have to take care of me.
Yeah.
Whether it's a lawyer, whether it's a doctor,
Yeah.
whether it's you have to stand up for yourself regardless of who it is.
Yeah.
And I find that some, culture also plays a part.
I agree.
We're taught not to speak back. We're not to
Question.
question.
Yes.
We're not supposed to. I mean, growing up, I was told, why are you, when I say it, you do it.
Yep.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
So growing up in that culture, you're a child. You sit down, you listen to the adults.
Yeah.
And the doctor is the adult. So it's trying to break that cycle. It's trying to educate everyone to be okay with speaking with your provider. Even if it's those quick 10-minute visits with the provider, you still have the right to say, Doc, I know you're busy, but can you explain to me what it... And if you're not comfortable, you take your family member.
Yeah.
Because I'm very present with... I don't mention that I'm in the medical field, but I
Right.
do make sure I'm present.
Yes, I know that's right. So in case they say something, you got a follow-up question.
I have a follow-up question.
Thank you.
Because especially my mom, she's just be like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then you go inside, you're like, okay, what was said?
Yeah.
She
What
said
does
I had
he
to go
mean?
do something.
Oh my God.
Like, all of that conversation, that's all you took. So
Oh my God.
it's literally culture and making sure that I educate my clients, the community, to stand up for themselves. It does not matter who it is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your health, your overall health is 80% what you do at home.
Yeah.
The other is, even with skincare, we always say, yes, I recommend you come in for your treatments, but I need you to be on a routine when you get home,
Yeah.
because that matters as well.
Right.
So I can recommend, or we come up with a plan for your weight loss journey, but what are you doing at home?
Yep.
What are you doing at home when I'm not there?
Yes.
So everything has to start with you.
Yeah, I love that. She is so right, my friend. Haven't I been sharing that with you guys for I don't know, about 4 or 5 years? That everything starts with you, and that's down to your health. And by the way, your skin is flawless, my friend. So we're gonna have
Hard
to talk
work.
about that.
Hard
yes,
work.
that routine you're talking about, because LeShawn is just water and a little moisturizer, and that's it.
And sunblock?
Yeah.
Sunblock.
I'm learning.
Sunblock?
I'm learning about the
Sunscreen?
sunblock. Yes, I'm
Sunscreen,
learning
please.
about that. My daughter introduced that to me. She was like, "You must do that." Girl, I was putting Vaseline on my face, and that was
Oh,
me baking in the sun. But I was like glowing. She was like, "No, mommy, this is why you got little spots on your face now." But that's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, you mentioned, which I think is so important, is it beginning with you. When did you realize that this is what you needed to do also for yourself? Because I know that you had to start somewhere. Nurses are known as healers. When did you start realizing that you also had to heal yourself so that you can be an example to others?
Actually, that was my first year of nursing. After you finish school and you think, yes, this is it. And when reality hits and you're like, okay, this is me now.
Right.
You know, this is all me. And you're working, like we were just working back to back to back to, you know, make sure that our patients are safe. Sometimes you have to come in for an extra shift because we're
Right.
short. And you realize that you fall into that trap where 4 or 5 days and you're just working, and when you're off, you're just sleeping.
Yes.
You have
Yep.
you're just so exhausted. You just want to sleep, make it up, do some grocery shopping, but that's it. And after like 6 months of this, I was like, this is not a life.
Right.
This is not living.
Right.
Because I literally felt like I was just working, paying bills,
Yep.
going back to sleep.
Yep.
And of course, it starts showing in your body.
Yep.
I'm very active. My dad had me running track because he loved track and field.
Aw.
So we were always sprinting
Right.
and always competing with each other. We were always hiking. I grew up mostly in
Very
Jamaica.
active. Aw,
so
okay.
we were always very active
Wow.
outside, very outdoorsy. So I realized that my body felt off. It was just not feeling myself. And I had to make a choice.
Yes.
I had to make a choice because, yes, you know, making the money, doing this, doing that. Okay, take a vacation.
Yep.
Take a vacation.
Yeah.
I know nurses that never take vacations. You have all that PTO. Why?
Yes.
Take the
The grind,
vacation.
stacking chips so they can never use them because God forbid something happens to you that after all that money you've amassed and you still don't get to enjoy life.
And that is a reality.
No, it
I've
is.
seen that for myself.
Yes, yes.
I had working in the ER.
Yeah.
The nurse literally retired the week before. The following week, she was in the emergency room.
Oh my God.
Ended up being admitted.
Oh my God. So
What
how
life is that?
Thank you. And that's what I wanted to know then. What did you do? What were the steps now? You said you started to go on vacation, but what other wellness tips do you have that we could start right now? Because in the beginning of the show, I said that we have hectic schedules. We have family members that demand our attention. Even our friends demand that we're there for them. We're pouring into everyone. We're giving of ourselves. Give. And they just keep take. But what can we do to give ourselves something so that we could take better care of ourselves?
Honestly, I do believe in giving yourself grace. Do not be too hard on yourself. And it's about scheduling. I know it's hard because I struggle with that sometimes too.
Yes.
It's scheduling your day.
Yes.
It's okay to say, okay, between 3 and 5, that's me time.
Yep.
I'm sorry, the kids, they'll get taken care of. The husband will, the friend, it's okay.
Yes.
3 to 5, that's my time to no phone or whatever. Just meditate,
Right.
pray, whatever it is that your soul needs. It's okay to cut out that portion of the day for you.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I did mention that as well. Reconnecting or connecting with something higher than you, having that peace within yourself every single day, even in the midst of the trials and the tribulations that we're all going to experience. Life is not easy. It's precious, it's hard, it's all of those things, but it demands so much of ourselves that we have to have those moments that we're literally loving on ourselves in any way possible so that we can use the fuel that we get from that peace to then give it and pour it into others. So I think that is so important, and I love that you say that. So you want to add something to that?
And that's how we connected, right?
Yes.
At
Yes.
the network mixer.
Yes.
And it's okay to even connect with other persons that are on the same alignment
Yep.
of what you're looking to achieve with your life. Because not everyone will be in that same space at the same time.
Right.
So you want to find your group of people that understand that, okay, Natalie needs her time, and it's not that I'm, not communicating with you
Right.
or we're no longer friends.
Right,
No,
right.
Natalie just needs her mental health day right now.
Yeah.
Because as I'm a bit big advocate of overall wellness. It's not just about how you look. It's not just about, it's about more how you feel mentally, because everything starts in the mind. So that's why I am big on taking your time for you to meditate and taking the time to also focus on what you want to do for your life, because we get so caught up. My brother is an accountant. Okay. But do I believe that that's his passion? No.
No.
So
thank you. It's his
job.
job.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's why you have to find those things that you're passionate about.
Yep.
And that's why I love what I do, because I am honestly, truly passionate about nursing. I am passionate about everyone learning how to take care of themselves, where it's okay and it's organized, of course. But for you to realize that it's important, and it's not just a tagline for 2025. Self-care is not just a thing that we're going to throw to the side in 2026. It's an everyday battle and a journey. And as we're going through the journey, we're going to be appreciative of where we are in the journey and then focus on where we're going. So it's necessary that you set out a schedule for your everyday goals. And that's, to me, is like the biggest way of how you're going to take control of you.
Yes, I agree with that. It's the scheduling part.
It's the scheduling.
If you could schedule your soccer appointment with the kids, if you could schedule your meetings with your job, if you could schedule all these things, your hair appointment, your nail appointments, then you can schedule time for you. And to make sure that you're showing up even into those spaces, feeling good on the inside, as good as you look on the outside, because I think that that's what a lot of people focus on, is the fact that I look good, you know what I mean? You might be feeling crappy on the inside, you go all gassy, you got pains going on in your body, but you slap some stuff on your face and you put your wig on and you're feeling good. And it's not the case. We need to schedule time for the inner being so that the outer being can shine even brighter. And I love that you said that. So let me ask you this. In terms of Indulgence by Natalie, I met this woman and she was telling me where I could go to figure out what's the food I'm eating and what's inside the food. And she gave me this app. It was so many things. She was a wealth of information in that short period of time that I met you, because again, the things that I even think that I was doing right, I was actually doing kind of wrong. You know what I mean? Oh, well, at least I'm not eating such and such calories a day, or at least I'm not putting this type of ingredient in my body. And somehow, some way, you made me realize that even the little smallest portion of these things, if done regularly, can be a detriment to you. So tell me, how did Indulgence by Natalie come into play, and what do you offer to your clients?
So it's, as I said, it's stemming from wanting more for myself, and also sharing what I've learned and sharing my passion for health and wellness. We offer not just everything else that another spa offers, but also an overall wellness approach. And when I say that, it's customized, it's personalized to you, because we're both here beautiful Black women, but we all need something a little bit different. So what makes you glow won't make me glow. It won't necessarily make my skin glow. But so that's why I am very big on having a personalized approach to my treatment plan with my clients. And also, every client, when they come in, we do a mental health wellness, a little quick check.
Oh, I love that.
To see how you're feeling that day. Because, as I said, it is often overlooked how important your mental health is. And especially with my weight loss clients, that is immensely important for me to know that you are ready mentally. Because we can't sit for an hour
coming with this whole strategy,
this beautiful plan, and then you go home and you do something else.
Yeah, I get it. You have to be committed.
You have to be ready. You have to be ready in your mind to say, okay, I know it's going to be hard. I know there are going to be times when I am, you know, not feeling my best today, but I'm going to push through it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and do the 30-minute walk that Natalie and I decided that I needed.
Yeah.
I'm going to push and not snack today on the fried chicken.
No.
Because I know.
No. Okay, I get it. Not necessarily fried chicken, but there's the snack.
It's something.
Yes.
Right? I'm going to push and not eat at 9, 10 o'clock.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, I get it. Okay, so literally you have to be committed and you structure the plan around the individual, because as she mentioned, we're not one size fits all.
Right,
like
your lifestyle is different from mine.
Exactly.
So we have to keep that in mind. If I know I'm scheduling a plan for a nurse that I know works 4, 5, 12-hour shifts a week,
yeah,
I have to be realistic.
Right.
You know, we're both going to be realistic. I know my night nurses, that's a whole different schedule, a whole different biology going on. So you have to think of all these little intricate details when creating the plan, because you want it to be a plan that's achievable.
Right.
You don't want anyone to feel like, oh my God, you know, overwhelmed and stressed, and you feel defeated before you even get started.
I get that.
So that's why I'm big on, we're going to come up with the plan together, and I do my weekly check-ins, and I do my weekly snoops sometimes on Instagram.
Okay. What's she eating? What party she at? What's she drinking? I know that's right. Oh my God.
Gotta stick to the plan.
I love that. Well, that is so important, because you're right. You said two things that I think is important. That you're committed. Your mindset is already there.
Yes.
You know, that you want to do this. And this is not just something that you're being pressured into doing, that you feel you have to do because you see everybody on TikTok doing it. Like, this is a personalized consultation and plan just for you. And something, number 2, that is achievable.
Right.
That you are able to actually get done. And I think that is fabulous, because I think that we all have the mindset that we have to get it done and get it quick and do it, you know, instantaneously, and I'll immediately see the results. And that is not the case. The journey can be long sometimes, but the pleasure in seeing the results unfold because you're committed to it, I think, is the reward. You know, you don't want to teach them something that you know they're going to fail at.
Right.
You know?
Correct.
So I love that. I love that. Now, in terms of your clients, tell me what they are saying about, because I know that you have a lot of happy clients, but what are they saying about your approach, and are they sharing it? Like, is this something now that is getting out there, that it's now going to my family members and my friends, that, you know what, I'm not as good as I feel all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can be so much more than what you feel if you put more into it. So what are they saying about that? Your knowledge.
I love when it's, Natalie, I'm going to refer you to.
Yes.
My cousin was asking.
Yeah.
They see the difference. I'm like, yes.
Yes. That keeps you going as well.
Yes, because if someone else is seeing the work, that to me is all the Google review that I love.
Yes.
Because I've had people even call me like, I saw her, is she going to you? Because I didn't. I'm like, well, that's HIPAA. I cannot divulge that information.
That's right.
You speak with the person.
Aw, I love that. Well, we know that wellness isn't a luxury. This is essential for us being who we are and living to our fullest potential and being completely whole from the inside and out. Now, again, she has a business called Indulgence by Natalie, and of course, you know, you got to pay to take in her services. This ain't free, my friend, but I'm sure you give like a free consultation. But You have to set aside that time and that money to actually get the services that you need to get in order to make yourself well. So let me ask you about that. I know you offer different packages. You have B12 shots, you have a
IV
vitamin D.
hydration.
Yes, she has all of these wonderful services that even if you just want to come in and you're traveling, you're going away
Yes.
for a trip,
My
you can
immunity,
still,
yes.
Share us real quick about that.
Especially for traveling, because I love to travel. I either do my immunity drip before I go, which is an infusion of all those lovely vitamins and nutrients to give your immunity a boost for that lovely plane ride. Or we can do the tri-immune shot, which is zinc, magnesium, and glutathione. A quick shot just to give you a quick boost.
Yes.
We have a Client Appreciation Week next week. So, of course, there are always goodies from July 21st to the 25th. We'll be having all the goodies. And we're also doing a model call for LipoDissolve.
Really?
That is
what is that?
for the...
I'm a model.
Sorry.
What do you need? What you want? How can I help? I'm saying.
That is it's this FDA-approved medication that we've been finding to have amazing results with.
Okay.
For the people that just want to, they have that stubborn fat area that they want to get rid of.
All right.
That little,
I see her.
That little muffin top.
I see her. Yeah.
And you just want to get it contoured.
Really?
So it just focuses on that area of for fat reduction.
Is this something new that you're offering, or you've been doing this?
I've been doing it.
Okay.
So
all right. I
every
love
now and
that.
then you do.
So do you work in your office alone, or you have other technicians that help you out?
I work with estheticians.
Okay.
That help curate your plan for your skin.
Okay.
Because we also send you not only with monthly or weekly or bi-weekly facials, but also your routine, so that when you're home, you have what you need to achieve that glass glow skin, because your TikTok DIY alone.
Yes, it's not. I know.
She
don't share a note with me today. We'll be talking after the show about me getting rid of my water and my Vaseline. But I want you to share with us before time winds down, because it is. What does being rooted in wellness mean for you, and for people who their mindset is blocked right now? How can they get past it? I know you mentioned earlier that it is about us etching out that time for ourselves, but being rooted 10 toes down into being well, what are your suggestions and your perspective?
It takes time. I don't expect everyone to understand the purpose of taking control of your wellness right away. I've had people that I've had to nurture for a while to get them to understand the importance, because we are living in 2025. We have to think about budget. We have to think about time restraints. So I am not far from reality where with my clients.
Right.
That's why I make sure I have different payment options for my clients.
Good.
So that they don't feel like, oh my God, I'm taking away from my essentials for your wellness.
Right.
It's a part of your essentials.
Yes, it is.
It's a part of your essentials.
Yeah.
Okay, how can we budget it in to the essentials?
Yes.
Because if you're not able to function appropriately, you can't make the money.
That's right.
Let's be real.
That's right.
If you're feeling foggy every day, you're tired because your vitamin levels are low, it's scientifically proven that a lot of disease processes start from deficiencies in nutrients and minerals and vitamins.
Yes.
That's where a lot of them are rooted from. So how can we go ahead of it? By taking care of ourselves in those little ways. Yes, okay, I can take my pills, but if you've ever looked at ingredients on the pills, they're filled with a lot of fillers.
Yes.
And then it has to go through your GI system.
Yeah.
So that's why I love my IV drips.
Yes.
100% absorption.
Yes.
It's 100% absorption. So I'm getting all that I'm supposed to get from the vitamins. So I'm not, I do have supplements that I recommend for certain things. As I said, not one size fits all.
Right.
But it has to be clean, and it has to make sense for my clients. I'm not gonna, recommend something that I know is filled of all these preservatives and unnecessary things. So it's you taking charge and knowing that this is something that I need to do for me. We all know once we get to a certain age and a certain, we're working 5-6 days a week, you need that little boost because we're not eating as appropriately as we should.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you're not pouring into you, it has to be a part of the journey.
I love that. I love that. Well, you heard it here, my friends, for someone who is a wellness expert and RN and who's all about making sure that the world feels healthier. We feel healthier, we look better, we act better.
Yes.
Our minds is clear, we're loving on people better, we have a better attitude about ourselves and others around us. It's just, the whole thing, the whole process is a win-win. So I'd like to thank you so much for being here. I wish you was here so much longer, but you got to come back, girl. We have only scratched the surface. Yes, indeed. I like to put up your information. This is where you guys can follow this amazing young lady. You can go to our website at indulgencebynatalie.com as well as email her at helloindulgencebynatalie.com. And you can follow her on Instagram as well at indulgencebynatalie. Thank you so much. You have been a wealth of information. You are so beautiful, and everything that you share, literally, we're going to be talking after the show. I need help, my friend. But I want to get real quick to the Dare to Be You. And it is. Dare to be the you who puts your health first, even when life is demanding and time feels limited. Choose to listen to your body, care for your mind, and protect your peace. Wellness isn't selfish, it's survival. The best version of you begins with a well you. And that's exactly what this beautiful young lady has shared with us today. We can't be well until we make sure we're spending that time with ourselves to ensure that we are well. So please take the time, self-care, self-love, etch out some quiet time within your life, put some joy into your life as well by finding a connect or building a connection with a higher power, God. Make sure that you're praying regularly, and more importantly, make sure you're exercising, you're getting out there and you're spending time with family and friends, but doing it with activity. Like you're not just stagnant sitting behind a bar table drinking a bunch of, cocktails. Not to say I don't like that, but the fact is, don't do that on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Correct. I'd like to thank you again, Natalie, for being here. I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in to another episode of Your Our Unity. Please remember that peace and love is in the palm of our hands. So let's go out there and be some love, share some love, and just walk in love. We'll see you next 2 weeks here on Your Our Unity. I love you and have a good night. See you guys later.